Hello. I have finished the wiring of the DC80, which is yeah, and yeah, basically, I thought I'd show the underneath of this because this isn't, God, it's not tidy, is it? But it's not too bad. So right, okay, so let's talk this through. So what power goes up here, and the positive goes to here, and the negative goes to here, and I've not been consistent with the little clamps I've put on. And this then basically anything which is, so I've got two left, which I think I'll probably use for lighting or something else, and again two left here. So the AC goes directly into here from this. It goes straight in, and therefore you can then break it out. So then we go back out to the track, which is from here up to here. So as you can see on the back end of that gets soldered straight onto the track. I probably should have put that in there, and I could probably fix that later if I choose to, but I'm not that bothered. These do come with plastic covers, although I've lost one of them. Yeah, is it a surprise I've lost anything? Yeah. So I've lost one of them there, but we'll figure that out. It then goes to this, which is a capacitor, a mini battery essentially. And these are the 2-point motors. And as you can see, so this is the cut wire, which did go to the autofrog in the middle, which now goes instead to the DC80 here. So, I mean, if you can kind of just visualize for a moment, it's pushing over several tracks of PCB, and just the tolerance is just a little bit too tight. That's how it is. And as you can see, I've hot glued this in because it's not dumb if it works right. Although I did screw this one in. I think was I having problems screwing that in? I think I was having problems getting that just right, so I ended up gluing it in. Yeah, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just this capacitor just gives extra power to these because these they're okay. They don't require a lot of power, but they require it in a big punch. So therefore you need to have this, otherwise it's going to overload this and make it shut down, or just otherwise break it in some fashion. And yeah, this is the same thing. So they both get fed power to actually do the switching from here, and they obviously then, you know, they would have passed the track power to the autofrog if I hadn't cut the wires. And I'm using the autofrog switcher thing here. This makes a slight click. And ever so a very quiet little click as the train goes over. I'll demo that in a moment. But I mean, the wiring, it looks really like, oh my goodness, look at all of this. It looks like the wiring loom of a car or something. But actually, there's not much to it. And if I can figure this out, and if I can do this, I would say most people can. Okay, let's do a jump cut, and I'll show the train actually running just to prove that just to prove that I'm not going to blow something else up. Whoa, jump cut. Okay, excuse the noise. This was set up, oh goodness, this was set up for me by someone from the train club, and he did crank the volume up. It was a loud room, and I don't think I can change the volume settings with this crappy controller, at least not with the firmware version it's got on there. So please just bear with us. We'll just put that on the track there. There we go. It does make that squealing noise, which is quite irritating. Let's see if we can hear it make some clicking noises. Let's see if we can make it go backwards. That's forwards. And just try and listen. You might hear the click of the relay as it goes over this bit here. And it might do it again here, actually. There we go. And it still stops. The track is quite dirty, so I will forgive it for stopping. But yeah, you heard it click. Just a very tiny little click. You may have heard it. You may not have done. So yeah, this autofrog DC80 autofrog. Yeah, top stars. It was easy enough to wire up. It was a bit of light soldering. Actually, weirdly, the hardest part was soldering the wire to the wire that comes out of these, because it's like a different type of wire, and just getting them to adhere was quite tricky. But other than that, it was easy enough. The instructions were clear. You just have one side to one side of the track, the other to the other side of the track, and then one to the middle of here, which I've cheated and wired it to 2 points. It's not a problem, I think, if you have one train, especially if they're all right next to each other. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. But yeah, definitely one to have, because the tolerances on these are really tight. If you're working on 00 gauge, it's probably fine. But if you're working on anything else that's smaller than that, especially with TT or especially N scale, my goodness, I wouldn't even try. The switching component of these point motors just doesn't quite work. So yeah, this one was okay, but this one was shorting out every single time, and it doesn't short out at all now. It does stop though, but that's because the track just needs to clean, I think, and the wheels need to clean as well. So there we go. Yeah, on the very slim chance that anyone here is brand spanking new to this hobby and watching this and is having this problem, then actually that thing was £9 and it got me out of Dodge. And if you're just doing it on a single train layout like this, you only need one. Even if I had 5 or 6 points on this, I don't know where I'd squeeze them in, but even if I had 5 or 6 points on this, it wouldn't matter if it's only one train going at a time. It can look after all of them. And it worked so well, the train didn't even stutter. I only noticed it was working because I could hear it click, which is brilliant. That's exactly what you want. Yeah, there we go. So that's today's little bit done. This is probably the last video you're going to get from me for a long time, because you know what I'm like. If you're bothering to watch these and pay attention to them and the history of what I do on YouTube, which is extremely amateur stuff like this, when I feel like it, that's all I do. Have a great weekend, everyone. But yeah, if I can do this, anyone can. I mean, I'm completely clueless. So if I can do this, anyone can. And yeah, thoroughly recommend that as a way of getting around the shorting out problem that you're going to have. It's not difficult to install. Yeah, I'm genuinely quite happy with that. It's quite rare that something just works first time, and hopefully will continue to work reliably going forwards. We'll see what happens. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.